A Lantern and the Lychee Valley. Episode 7. Some secrets can't stay buried. A silver-haired woman, Quiana, carried a sleeping boy on her back. Denise rode with her past rows of cozy stone cottages. What will you say when you see her? Quiana couldn't suppress her gleam. Denise rarely want to smile softly. I just give her a hot punch. Delicious, I approve. Quiana bumped her shoulder against his. The quiet town gave way to honey-colored houses, draped in vines and delicate blooms. Quiana rang the bell. Who is it? A voice like silk floated through the door. Violetta, it's Quiana. I've brought your son home. The door opened. Violetta stood frozen, her gray lilac eyes widening. Quiana beamed, shifting to show the boy's peaceful face. But as Violetta wished for him, Dennis stepped forward and drove his fist into her stomach. She doubled over. What's wrong, Viol? Forget what your old friends look like. He caught her arm before she collapsed. Violetta, a woman of Southeast Asian features, tucked a string of deep violet hair behind her ear and ushered them inside. Stone steps extended from the doorway and connected to the blue entrance opposite. The living room was a symphony of wood and glass, where sunset hues danced across handcrafted shelves. Violetta moved barefoot across the raised wooden floors as she fetched a tea set. Dennis and Quiana shed their holographic boots, padding after her. Violetta walked over to Quiana and took off her son's shoes. A slightly swollen wound on the boy's ankle. She frowned, stroking her son's cheek. Mateo's room is the first upstairs. Quia, would you? Quiana vanished upstairs, while Dennis waited at the table. Upstairs, Quiana tucked the boy into bed, then paused at his bookshelf. Notebooks lined the glass case, their spines labeled Induced Pluripotent Stem Cell Applications. Viol's handwriting? She pulled one free. My mother's textbooks. Mateo's voice startled her. He lay awake, watching her. Did you know half the academy fears your mother? Quiana perched on the bed. Really? That glare of hers could melt steel. But the real reason? We made that happen. Quiana gleamed. The good times in the reform center. Mateo's lips twitched. I'm Quiana. She offered her hand. Mateo. Pleasure? Quiana's amber eyes reflected off the boy's gray lilac eyes. You have your mother's eyes. She held his grip a bit too long, leaning close. If you're brewing and testing unlicensed synthetics, hide them better. Unlike your mother, I won't snitch. His paws jumped under her fingers. As well. She winked and slipped out. Downstairs, tension crackled. Dennis and Violetta stood inches apart, voices low and venomous. Relax. We're here for volunteer work, not for you. You attacked me. You vanished for 10 years. Dennis's composure frayed. Quiana descended into the war zone. Shattered teacups littered the floor. Violetta's voice broke. I no longer wanted anything or anyone disturbed my life. So, secrets rot, Viol. Your family will find out. Quiana stepped between them, seizing their wrists. Remember what we did at the academy to end fights? Before they could react, She yanked them together, her hands firmly on the back of their necks, and smashed them both into a brutal, bloody kiss. They recoiled, splitting curses, their fierce punches to her abdomen, causing her to fall to her knees. Dennis wiped the blood on his lip, glaring. "You pay for this." "Dinner's on me," Quiana sang. Violetta tossed Dennis a tube of homemade salve. "Don't complain if it melts your lips off." Dennis shrugged, applying the ointment on his lips. The cracked lips stopped bleeding. Quiana wailed towards the stairs. "Let's fetch Matteo! Family dinner!" "Not tonight." Violetta caught her wrist. "Another time." Dennis hooked an arm around Quiana's neck, dragging her toward the door. "Don't disappear again," Quiana whispered. "I won't." Violetta cradled her face. With a final leap, Quiana embraced her, then bit her shoulder hard enough to bruise. "You fiend!" Violetta pinched Quiana's cheeks, stretching them grotesquely. Quiana laughed, silver hair gleaming, as she and Dennis vanished into the night. The house sank back into stillness. Footsteps coming from the stairs. Violetta pressed a button on the wall. Matteo emerged, squinting in the sudden lamplight. "Tea?" Violetta asked, taking a teacup from the kitchen cabinet. "Matt, is the wound on your heel okay?" "Don't worry, I just fell," Matteo said with a small smile. "Mother, your friends?" "Old ones." She sat down opposite her son, stirring her cup. "And it's time to tell your father the truth. You said we'd never tell. Some secrets can't stay buried, especially since we are family." Moonlight traced her profile. "Matt, I'm not afraid of speaking. I'm afraid he won't listen." To be continued.